Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're covering a major development involving Ghislaine Maxwell, convicted accomplice of Jeffrey Epstein, and her ongoing interactions with the U.S. Department of Justice. The high-level meetings, spanning 2 full days, are raising serious questions about transparency, legal strategy, and political ties. Let's unpack exactly what happened, who's involved, and what it could all mean. This week, the Department of Justice met with Ghislaine Maxwell for 2 consecutive days at a federal facility in Tallahassee, Florida. According to multiple sources, these meetings were initiated by Maxwell herself. Her objective? To appeal her 20-year prison sentence by possibly offering new information, or at least reshaping her legal narrative. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche led the meetings on behalf of the DOJ. Blanche is no stranger to high-profile cases. Notably, he was one of President Donald Trump's top criminal defense attorneys. This connection is now drawing attention and scrutiny, especially in light of recent revelations related to the Epstein investigation. Reports say that on the first day of questioning alone, the DOJ spent over 6 hours interviewing Maxwell. While the official purpose of the meetings hasn't been disclosed, there is growing speculation that Maxwell may be offering cooperation in exchange for sentence reduction or even clemency. Let's not forget why Maxwell is behind bars in the first place. She was convicted in December 2021 on 5 federal charges, including sex trafficking of a minor, transporting a minor with the intent to engage in criminal sexual activity, and 3 counts of conspiracy. The court found that she played a central role in recruiting and grooming underage girls for sexual abuse by Jeffrey Epstein between 1994 and 2004. Maxwell was also charged with perjury for allegedly lying under oath during a 2016 deposition, though those charges were severed from her main case and have never gone to trial. Throughout her legal battles, Maxwell has insisted that she's being scapegoated for Epstein's crimes. Her legal team has been pursuing appeals, citing everything from procedural issues to alleged bias in the jury selection process. These new meetings may be part of a broader legal strategy to leverage new information in exchange for leniency. One of the more controversial aspects of this story is the potential political overlap. As we mentioned earlier, Deputy AG Todd Blanche previously served as Donald Trump's top criminal defense lawyer. That detail alone has fueled speculation about whether political considerations might be influencing these DOJ discussions. To add fuel to the fire, the Wall Street Journal reported that Attorney General Pam Bondi had informed President Trump as early as May that his name had come up multiple times in the Epstein files, alongside several other high-profile individuals. When asked directly this week whether he would consider clemency for Maxwell, Trump gave a vague and cautious answer. He said, "I can't talk about that now because you know it's a very sensitive interview going on." That non-answer is now prompting even more questions from both sides of the aisle. While all this unfolds behind closed doors, survivors of Epstein's abuse are feeling left out and outraged. Annie Farmer, one of the few victims who testified publicly against Maxwell, expressed deep concern about the secrecy surrounding these meetings. "It's very disappointing that these things are happening behind closed doors," she said, without any input from the people that the government asked to come forward and speak against her in order to put her away. Farmer, who was just 16 years old when she says she was abused by Epstein, was instrumental in helping secure Maxwell's conviction. Her comments speak to a broader frustration shared by many victims, that despite years of fighting for justice, they are once again being sidelined. Another major issue that's heating up is the call to release the full Epstein files. There's growing pressure, particularly from Republicans in the Senate, for full disclosure. One of the most vocal supporters of this push is Senator Lindsey Graham, a longtime Trump ally. His message was direct. "Just put everything out there. Make it as transparent as you can." The Epstein files are believed to contain names, dates, and possibly detailed records of high-profile individuals who had connections to Epstein and his alleged trafficking network. While some documents have been unsealed, a large portion remains hidden from the public. The logic behind the transparency push is simple. If we truly want accountability, we need full visibility. That includes knowing who was involved, who enabled the abuse, and whether anyone still in power had a role in covering it up. So where does this all go from here? That depends on several key factors. Whether Maxwell is offering credible new information, whether the DOJ is seriously considering a sentence reduction or clemency, whether political connections are influencing the legal process, and perhaps most importantly, whether public pressure can force greater transparency in the Epstein case. For now, the meetings are over, but the questions are just beginning. Why is Ghislaine Maxwell being given this level of access? What is she offering in return? And should the victims and the public be given a seat at the table when justice is being negotiated behind closed doors? So what's your take? Should the DOJ be meeting with Ghislaine Maxwell in private? Should the full Epstein files finally be made public? And do you believe powerful names are still being protected? Drop a comment below and let us know what you think. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. Thanks for watching.